Danny.
This is Lauren.
Welcome to the Butterfly Effect podcast.
We are two wellbeing besties here to have a little chit chat about the nitty gritty shitty of healing, all things wellbeing and what it's like being a young female entrepreneur just doing their best and figuring it out as they go.
Through this, we are on a quest to encourage and inspire women to spread their wings to grow, transform and heal.
Be sure to like and follow the Butterfly Effect podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
New episodes will be dropping every Wellness Wednesday.
And you can also follow us at butterflyeffect.pod on Instagram. Send us your questions, send us your stories. We can't wait to get to know you.
Let's get chatting.
What are you doing?
Looking at myself.
Film myself.
Film myself. Happy Wellness Wednesday, honey.
Happy Wellness Wednesday. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
I feel grand.
Amazing.
I feel good. We just did
Fabulous.
a nice little gym sesh.
We did. It was so good.
Yeah.
Needed little kettlebells.
Needed to move
A little
my
bit of
body.
shifting that energy.
Shifting
Shifting it up.
Shifting
Yeah, it's needed.
It's
I
like-
really, I feel very good, like quite motivated going into this year. Actually, it feels nice.
Yeah, me
Been quite
too.
consistent so
100%.
far.
Yeah, I've had a real drive and motivation this past week.
Nice. You got a big event coming up, haven't you?
What event?
Look, the 30th.
Huh?
To feel super duper good in your sexy outfit.
Oh, right. I thought you meant my 30th, and I was like, mate, that's happened. Were you not there? Did you just forget that my birthday happened? Yeah, no, I've got a friend. My friend is celebrating her 30th her birthday is a week. No, it's on Friday the 24th.
Amazing.
And then her celebration is the week after.
Cool.
So exciting, and it's like a drag theme.
It's going to be amazing. Like all the eyeliner, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't know how heavy I'll do the makeup, but the sparkle outfit is making a reappearance.
It's sparkling. Wahoo! It's going to be great.
With the pink hair.
Yes. Guys, if you haven't clocked Lola's pink hair.
I don't know how well you can see
if
it
you are
in
watching
this.
on Spotify, take
Yeah.
a little peep now. Yeah, the lighting.
The lighting?
You know what, guys? We were just having so much fun trying to get this set up, basically.
It's always just rough and...
It's rough and ready.
Rough
but
and
we
ready.
love it.
We love it. We have
this
so
is
much
our
fun.
mic stand. It's actually my candle holder. You know, we're here
We're working
delivering the
with it.
goods, and
Okay.
we are learning and growing
Yeah.
every single episode.
And we're just manifesting a gorgeous, Butterfly Effect podcast neon sign behind us. That's just all take
I
a
can
moment
really
to collectively
imagine
visualise that.
Like
Hold
blue
it.
vibes.
Hold it at the forefront of your mind.
Yeah.
See it?
And it's got a little butterfly on the end of effect.
Delightful. Isn't that
Lovely.
beautiful blue?
We've been doing this lately, our little visualization voice
I
notes.
love it.
They
yeah.
pump me
yeah.
up.
Yeah, so Danny and I have been sending each other a minute visualization, just randomly, maybe once a week.
Yeah.
Just
Last
what.
Saturday we were on it, weren't we?
Yeah, just what we're visualizing, it could be for the podcast, for future events, anything at all. And yeah, we just take a moment to just kind of sit and close our eyes and just see what the other person's visualizing. And I love it.
It's so wholesome.
Yeah, it's really wholesome.
Really lovely activity.
I think it's my turn to send the next one, so yeah.
It is. I sent you one today.
Yeah, you did.
Yes,
Lovely.
please. I look forward to it. Cool.
Okay, I don't know when it's going to be, but it'll
Who
be a nice surprise when it
knows?
comes up.
But this is episode 2 of our vision board series.
Hello.
Holla! And today
Holla.
we're talking all things financial freedom. Financial freedom. is the
Financial
name.
freedom.
Money is sticky.
Yes.
Money is so sticky, and a lot of business owners do not speak about it because really fundamental. That's the bottom line. Money is a tool in life, I believe.
Also, a lot of women don't speak about it.
A lot of we don't. It's
Yeah.
very masculine energy speaking about money.
Yeah, and I was trying to have a conversation about this yesterday, funnily enough, with a boy. And I was trying to say, the finance arena is very much male dominated.
It really is.
Basically, I've been listening to a financial podcast,
Amazing.
and it's at the moment, so it's called Financial Feminists.
Amazing. We can share that on the story.
Yeah,
when
we'll
this goes
share it
out,
because I think
actually.
it's a great resource.
Yeah.
I've only just started listening to it, but basically she's been able to reach number 1 podcast, I think, on Spotify. I don't know if it's all platforms, but on Spotify. And she's the only female orientated financial podcast.
Wow.
All the others are run by men.
And how many others are there? Probably
I
hundreds.
know. And I was basically just trying to say, or at least all the others in the top 10 were all
Yeah,
men.
sure.
And I was trying to say, this is incredible. This is a female voice in a very male-dominated arena. The guy didn't get it, but I'm also not very good at trying to say what I mean.
Articulating it.
Yeah, I'm not very. I hate confrontation. I hate anything that's potentially, I don't know, triggering for me or the other person. So I tend to just avoid those kind of subjects. But yeah, I was trying to say, like, isn't this cool? Like, this podcast I've just started listening to, how it's a woman wanting to empower other women to really know about their finances.
So important.
Yeah, it didn't land that well, but yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, it doesn't land that well, but oh well. But yeah, that is a great podcast. I would recommend that people will start listening to.
Yeah, amazing. Put that on the story. I listened to an amazing lady called Laura Ann Moore.
Okay.
And I had a coach probably like back in 2020, and my coach was really good friends with her. So every Tuesday, I make it a thing to listen to one of her podcasts.
Nice.
When going for a walk, and I call it my Abundance Tuesday, and I get really like mindful of my financial situation, whether it be that month or that week.
Yeah.
Bits for the salon I tie up on a Tuesday, and I feel like I look forward to that day. If there's like a bill to pay, I'm like, cool, Tuesday's job.
Yeah.
And I always know there's like, that's my day to get stuff done. But Laura's amazing. She speaks about financial freedom, but also the spiritual side to it as well, because as mentioned, as women, we can kind of feel out the loop, and that element of safety and security, financial abundance is sat at our sacral chakra. So all that sense of like safety and root to the bottom half, really. But we can feel quite out of alignment
safety
sometimes.
And stability,
literally that comes from it. But money is just a tool, and I think it's so important to remember that we can feel so empowered around that and make money work for us, like in terms of investing.
That's a big phrase that has been like ticking around my brain, like how can I make money work for me? And I've been thinking of like investing and like how can I invest in myself, how can I invest in the business, or maybe just investing. Do I actually look at the investing route, maybe take a little dip into that? But then I was like, Lauren, you have to have money to invest, you know? So yeah, that was quite an interesting like thought process.
I'm really enjoying Monzo at the moment. Do you have a Monzo account?
No, I don't have Monzo. I work with Starling.
Very similar.
Yeah, someone asked me about Starling, whether I would recommend, and I said absolutely yes. I don't know how much Monzo do in terms of investing. I haven't. Again, it's not something I've looked into.
After actually listening to one of Laura's podcasts, because she speaks about all the different like ways of investing in different saving pots, because it's quite a whirlwind of like what tax, how much you're allowed to put in before it starts. You have to pay tax on it, but I think it's like 20 grand a year.
Okay.
Until then, you maybe need to freeze that one and go on to the next one. Don't quote me, because I'm not that money gal, but check out Laura's podcast.
Actually, maybe like a little disclaimer on this episode. We are not financial
experts. This is a general chat. And remember, vision board focus. So if you're working towards saving goals this year, putting things on your vision board around money is a really lovely way of being quite mindful of actively seeking that. But
and you don't have to be super specific about it. I think, like, for example, what I've had in my brain and what I've kind of jotted down on my vision board for my finances is to get clearer on my finances, see where things are going, and see where things are coming in. And also, one of my big things is diversifying income streams this year, which we'll kind of like touch upon more in the career section, because that will naturally feed into it.
Yeah, it kind of links together, I suppose, our line of work particularly, but and it's finances as an overall, isn't it, as well?
I think it's just really landed in my brain this year that I am a single woman, and I am like solely responsible for what comes in, what goes out, managing the home, and like myself, like putting food on the table. Like, I'm solely responsible for that. So it's just kind of really like, if I am solely responsible, then I need to take ownership of it.
I understand
so
that.
It's like I need to take control.
No ins and outs every month.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I do know all the ins and outs, because I have to do like self-assessment around this time. Funnily enough, my accountant got in touch with me this week saying there's a discrepancy on your cash book of a rather large sum. I've been able to fix it. It was a simple mistake, but I had that email drop in my inbox. I was like, oh God, no, what does this mean?
What is that? Yeah.
It's all fine.
And I think it is quite, it's quite a male-dominated space.
Yeah.
So I think we can feel so much pressure sometimes, and they use big fucking words.
The big words.
Like, what are you trying to say to me?
Yeah.
Say it so I can understand, and then I can help you.
Yeah. but also don't say it to me in a way that like makes me feel dumb.
And
you know?
scared.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just use normal language.
Yeah.
Like explain your terms.
Yeah, literally that.
It's definitely a tricky one.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's things that we all navigate. And I think as young adults as well, I get so frustrated with the curriculum around schooling because there's not enough spoken about. And I've always thought of money as in a spiritual way.
Yeah.
And you know, like if you go to a cash point,
yeah,
they would give you the money in such a scrambled way.
Yeah.
The notes flipped either side, they're not in unison. Yeah. So anytime I get money out or have cash, I unify it, like 20s or like bigger 50s, nice. 20s, 10s, 5s. So it's all rising upwards because I feel like that money from the bank that's coming out scrambled way, they're wanting you to be more scrambled.
Yeah, okay. Wow, I've never thought about it in that way, but I guess.
Because you're going to earn them interest.
Yeah.
If you're getting a loan from them.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
And even silly things, like if I find a penny, I'm like, oh my God, thank you so much for this penny. Yeah. Pretend it's £50 note. Mm-hmm. And Kimmy, I spoke with her this the other day, my sister, and was like, listen, she has money flying around everywhere. If I brought a bag from her...
I actually spoke about this with Kimmy in my head.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
I would be rich. I would be able to pay for my taxi on my way home if I went out with her bag. Yeah. She leaves cash just floating around in the sand. I'm like, Kim, put this away.
Yeah.
I have a jar of like pound coins that I collect through the year, and then when I have some time off over Christmas, I go to the bank, they have like this cool cash machine in Tesco's, and they do take a little bit of money, but you pour all the coins in, and then you take it to the little desk, and they give you notes.
Nice.
So when I'm off over Christmas, that's like my coffee money, or let's go for lunch.
Again, like a little Christmas bonus. There you go. No, I like that. Literally. That's very, very cool.
So those little tools really help me to get on top of things.
I don't handle cash whatsoever.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose you never really see it. Everything's transferred.
Yeah, and I made a point of not accepting cash anymore as well.
But I suppose looking up like for a class and then having changed to leave with you.
I used to, and then there was one time where I completely left my little purse with all my income for that week just in the studio. I just left it. And then again,
did it get taken?
It was fine. I got it back to me. But again, that itself, I was just like, it's so easy for me to just leave that, you know?
Absolutely.
So yeah, wasn't really.
Yeah, sure. I don't take cash really. I think since COVID, a lot of people just contact us, and it's so much easier.
But even in the classes that I do for council, they are still cash. And bear in mind, those classes are heavily subsidised, so they're about £3, £4. I think the highest one's about £4.50. But so often, people will come and they'll either say, "Oh, I don't have the exact cash today. Do you have enough change?" And there's a lot of the time I don't. So again, I can't give them the correct change, so therefore they might have to pay for a few classes, and then I give them less change.
And you have to be mindful of you cover the next two, but if they don't come...
I'm always very good at noting that down, because for the council I have to take a register. But it also goes to show that other people I don't think are using cash as much. There was a big push saying cash is king.
I've seen that in a few cafes actually.
Yeah, Coffee with Art is big on it. They often encourage cash. Which I understand, but...
Well, I did read a very interesting... I lied. I didn't read it at all. I watched it. I say that a lot. I didn't read. I didn't read this.
You could have completely got away with that. You could have said, I read this insightful article. Yeah. I read this research paper that's been peer-reviewed. You could have got away with that.
Maybe I will be reading the Financial Times after today.
You never know. You never know.
But basically it said...
Put that on your vision board.
I'm going to. In the Financial Times. It basically said, paying card, it devalues every time, because you're paying, say, for a coffee, £3.50.
Yeah.
That card transaction machine is then charging the person for that £3.50 transaction.
Yeah.
So they're lowering their percentage, and each time, the more they earn,
the higher
their which happens to me. My card machine rate is crazy at work.
Yeah.
And I think, gosh, that's money you don't think about when you charge for a service, the other little added extras. We've gone on a bit of a tangent, but it's all important in life.
It's all how we have to be aware of our finances, 100%. Though, because again, as you said, we are service-based businesses.
We are, and people don't realise and note down the extras. You don't think about that as an outcome.
Yeah, it's tricky.
Outgoing.
Yeah, like I noticed in the fees, because I last year I took the plunge in taking your payments online, which like clients
Game
love.
changing,
Like
isn't it?
yeah. For me it was a game changer because I was no longer having to chase people, and it just smoothed the booking process for me and the clients. But the fees I pay now. Whereas like all the money I was getting from class that was my own, now a great chunk of it is just going towards fees. It's going towards fees. So that is slightly annoying, but it is what it is nowadays. You can't really get away from that, to be honest.
Part and parcel, isn't it?
Part and parcel. So again, it's just becoming aware, education, and coming back to what you were saying earlier, I wish that they'd taught more about like taxes in school and like being smart with your money, and again how you can make your money work for you, because you have to
mortgages and letting, like how would you even go about getting a property? Like there's so much that I feel like they have massively missed the mark with, and a lot of people don't have a clue. I didn't have a clue what I was doing.
It's a natural part of life. Like you have to have money in order to put food on the table, in order to have a roof above your head, and in order to do whatever it is you want to do. You have to have money. So like money is almost like the foundation of most things. It's a shame that it is that way, because really there should be other things that are more of a priority. But because it is such a priority in our lives, why is that then not taught? Why is that then not a fundamental part of education? Why do we have to then seek out?
Ourselves,
why do we have to then go out and seek these courses to educate ourselves on something that we should be told? No?
It's baffling, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which makes me then again come back to the whole thing of they want us to get in trouble because it's them making them more money.
It's almost like they want to keep it a secret.
Yeah.
Like they want to keep the ways you can make your money work for you a secret, so you aren't making more money.
It's really crazy, isn't it?
I know, yeah.
Gosh,
it's so
financial abundance though is extremely key, and I feel on my Tuesdays particularly, I love to write affirmations, like financial abundance affirmations. And I've got a little prop with me today.
Something we prepared earlier.
So if you're watching on Spotify, this is a deck of affirmation cards, and every Tuesday. So this one says, as an example, that's better. This one says, my actions create wealth and prosperity. Oh, let's do a little fun pick a card. So there's 52 in here. Yeah, so one for each week of the year.
Nice.
They're really gorgeous, and they're very, very nice. And I haven't read through them all, but pick a card, honey.
All right, okay.
And then we'll read a few out. Okay. So it might be a bit inspiring. This is a lovely thing to put on your vision board. I was reading my financial vision board before we recorded earlier.
Nice.
And thought, what do I actually have on here that I could share? And financial abundance affirmations is quite a big portion of it, to be honest. Pick anything.
I'm going to go... I always like
to
go
for hiddens, don't you?
I always go for the hiddens.
Amazing.
This one.
Lovely.
It's also a slightly darker colour. What's that mean?
They're all actually kind of a bit different, yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I'm a magnet for wealth and abundance. I just
chucked it. Yeah, she is.
I'm a magnet for wealth and abundance. I like this one.
Amazing. Yeah. I'm going to choose one as well. I think you do another one after. Every day, in every way, my wealth is increasing.
Beautiful.
That's nice.
I like that.
Go on, pick another.
We're doing another. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do two each.
This one. Ooh, I'm comfortable with wealth and success.
That's nice.
That's actually a good one, because sometimes success and wealth, sometimes you feel a bit uncomfortable with it. Yeah, that's interesting, actually.
That is very true.
Stunning.
I think, too, that it's a very weird world. We live in a time where everything is visual. You can get anything a snap of the fingers. If you want a dog delivered to your door next day, you literally can.
Yeah, convenient.
Yeah. So sometimes when grafting and working hard for something that brings you that success, go show it off.
Yeah, true.
You fucking worked hard for that.
That's like celebrate yourself, and it comes back to again being in awe of yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. I was going to give an example. it's not really to do with like finances, but like one way I've been feeling like in awe of myself is this pink hair.
Yeah.
Like again, the audacity, but like since when did I have the audacity to go dye my hair pink?
I love it.
And like lots of people saying that they're obsessed with it, and I'm also like I'm obsessed.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
But
yeah,
you've worked hard for that too.
Yeah.
And you said earlier that it's really boosted your confidence as
It
well.
has,
It's given you that little boost through Jan that you needed.
Beast. Yeah, very cool. Did you go on?
I did. I am living and breathing an example of time, money, and freedom.
Nice.
That's nice.
Stunning.
So I'd highly recommend this little pack of cards. Absolutely lovely. Sorry, that probably sounded terrific. But yeah. Oh yeah, so let's do that.
Keep them out. Did you put your other one away?
We can do that.
Okay,
how's that?
That's cute. We'll that.
Yeah, so I'd definitely say financial abundance affirmations on your vision board is definitely a key one.
And you can repeat them like in actual conversation. So there was an instant, me and my friend, for my friend's 30th that's coming up, me and another friend were talking like how, you know, how much we're willing to spend on outfits or something like that.
Nice.
And I was just like, you know what? I want to have a nice night, so I'm just gonna live abundantly. Money's gonna flow through me. Absolutely. And it sounds ridiculous, but again, mindset matters, doesn't it?
Mindset really matters. I drive down Park Avenue every single day.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's such a lovely road, and every day I say an affirmation. Sometimes if it's a Tuesday morning, it could be like financial freedom related.
Nice.
And some, I'd probably say a good 90%,
yeah,
there will be an extra sale that day, or a little drop of income comes in, or someone will buy an event ticket, and I'm just like, thank you.
Yeah, you want to have the abundance mindset over the scarcity mindset.
Yeah, just like it's flowing.
I think it's the right word, yeah.
And there's money all around us. We don't even realise how much sometimes because, you know, life is very tricky and there's so many things to pay for all the time.
Yeah, always. But and like sometimes it feels like money in and then money goes straight back out. Yeah,
absolutely.
It's just like I need to pay my rent today. I need to do that.
We need a roof over your head.
Yeah, I'll do that.
We do.
I'll do that.
Definitely do.
Whoops. Oh my goodness. Fun.
Yeah. So.
Anything else to add on finance?
Finances, I would say give yourself a money date. So I do this on my Tuesdays, which is getting clear on your income, your outgoings. Maybe pop it on your vision board to have like 12 set dates through the year when you're really going to check in with yourself. It feels really good. Also, maybe things that you're working towards, things that motivate you. Using Monzo as an example, you can create little pots, which is fabulous.
Yeah, you can do that in Starling, little savings spaces.
Fantastic idea, because I've got my mum's 60th birthday this year coming up and my 30th, so I'm just like mindfully putting a little bit of cash in there when I see it.
I put a little amount away each week into one of my saving spaces, and that's how I paid for Milan, and that's how I paid for our New Year's trip to Norfolk. Yeah,
such a good idea.
Cute. Yeah,
just being organised and having a really clear mindset on things that perhaps you're working towards, because money is a massive thing.
It is, yeah.
And like we said, it's not spoken about enough, particularly in business. It can be a really sticky subject.
Yeah.
Coming on to pricing, actually.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Oh God!
I love putting on the spot.
Why did you just put me on the spot? Okay.
So it's interesting because I had a massive jump in my prices last October, and I was shitting a brick.
Yeah.
I can't lie.
It's terrifying.
It was so frightening because you get to a point when you're like, I'm so grateful. I'm seeing people so regularly, but I know I'm worth more. And to get to that point is so. You get like. I felt anyway, huge imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Yeah. I'm working really hard, but will I drop off people?
Yeah.
It's so important.
It's very hard. I did a big thing last year where I changed my pricing model and like packaging. So I swapped from class passes to memberships, which I needed to do because the way in which I had been running just wasn't going to be sustainable, and the reason it had worked for that time was because I was in a long-term relationship. Those two people contributing to the bills. So when I became a single individual, I had to really like knuckle down. I had to create this whole financial spreadsheet, this new budget, and I called the budget "Get Your Shit Together, Lauren."
I love
that. Yeah, because I remember speaking about this a little bit last year when I got my car, because that was on my vision board last year, and that was all part of like getting myself back together. And adjusting my pricing model was a part of that. I was terrified because it's a new model for me. So I was also learning at the same time. I still am learning at the same time with it. But the beauty of it is, now that I've taken that step, it does feel more aligned. There's a few things I want to tweak, and I will do April this year. I always like to do it, in line with the tax year.
Absolutely.
And I've already started putting, so I've done like a March, what did I call it? Like a March business review. Nice. I think that's what I did. Or cool. And again, I did like a little mind map. And one of it is to do with accounting and how I'm managing my own accounts. And then another part of it is just having a relook at that pricing model. Is it working? What do I need to adjust? What do I need to change?
Yeah. And it's carving out that time to sort these things out as well, because they're the things that can sometimes get brushed under the carpet. Oh, I'll deal with it next month. Yeah. And next month never comes.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's awesome that you've got that in for the first quarter, really.
Yeah, and I already kind of know what's going to happen, like small little tweaks here and there, and I think it's just going to be, again, more seamless. So I'm excited about that, actually.
That's very good, and you've got some exciting business little ideas, and it's going to be a really, really good year. I'm very excited this year.
I'm excited. You've got some exciting things coming up as well.
Yeah, it just feels a bit like, wow.
Fun.
Like this. Wow. It's going to be great.
Beautiful.
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, we hope this was helpful. So we're not like experts.
We're just girlies.
Just girlies trying to learn.
I'm just a girl.
All right, break
it's
out
real, isn't it?
Was it? I'm just a girl. Yeah, I know what you're doing now. Yeah, I got it. Sorry, I was a bit slow.
That's all right.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, loves. As I say, I hope that was insightful. You are abundant. You are a magnet for wealth and abundance. You are living, breathing examples of time, money, and freedom. You are comfortable with wealth and success.
Yeah, you are.
Woo!
One more.
What is it?
I handle financial success with gratitude and grace.
Yes. Why would you give these cards about?
I know, they're so slippy, aren't they?
We are doing so well. We are a smooth, slick run podcast.
Hey guys, a really exciting... Hang on. A really exciting... I'm going to speak it out to the universe in case it's actually a thing. So I've lived in my house for 5 years.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to put it out there.
Are you? Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So, I've lived in my house for 5 years thinking I didn't have a garage. I think my house came with a garage. Unless somewhere, I know where they are. I didn't tell you this bit, when I was on a dog walk, I tried to open them. I was counting. Okay. I looked like a crazy bitch, but I was like turning them. They were obviously locked.
Yeah.
But I'm like gonna go on an investigation.
You should do.
I am.
Absolutely.
First, dig out my deeds.
Yeah, dig out your deeds. I said this to Danny. I was like, surely it'll be in your deeds somewhere. She was like, I've not read them. So I don't know what they are, I'll be honest. For God's sake.
I think they're in my folder.
Yeah. Well, do you want to mention...
It's Tuesday.
Why you're mentioning...
I mention this because we are growing this podcast this year. No, we are.
Okay.
Sorry. No fingers crossed about it.
All right. Okay, we are.
We're growing this podcast, and we thought how incredible. Like, I've obviously not missed the space if I have a garage, so we can have a studio in the garage if I have a garage.
And then we'll just call it the Garage Recording Studio. Or whatever.
Literally.
Fun. Manifest that shit. Okay, cool.
That shit.
Beautiful. Thank you so much for listening, loves. Any final things you want to add? Are you sure? You done?
My bank balances are overflowing with money. This is what the card says.
Holla.
There you go. That's my last thing. Bye.
Love.
All right, Jesus.
All right. Thank you so much, loves, for listening and watching. Don't forget to rate and review, like and subscribe wherever you are listening and watching. And we will see you next week with another Wellness Wednesday episode. We are talking about health.
We're talking about health, yes. Very lovely subject.
Stunning.
Health is wealth.
All right. Well, have a gorgeous day, honeys. We will see you next time.
Ciao.
Bye.